they decided to move Tyler Herro, last year's sixth man of the year, into the starting lineup this year, which Tyler said he wanted. And they gave him a $30 million a year contract. You can understand that would be something that would happen. And that has not helped their team. The teams attack him. They're a team that likes to switch everything, so teams hunt him down. They've had other issues kind of offensively with kind of not moving the ball. But they lost in Sacramento. They were out west for 3 or 4 games, and they got just destroyed out there, including losing in Sacramento for the Kings' first win. And Herro had 34 in that game. And after the game, Spoelstra was asked, like, what'd you think about Tyler on offense? He said, they said, well, was it a winning effort? And he said, that's the most important thing. And he really kind of wouldn't talk about Herro's offense too much, because I think he's sort of frustrated with his defense. And I wouldn't surprise me if they consider moving Herro back to the bench. They've had Max Strus, who was their starter last year, on the bench. He's been coming off the bench. They have difficulty scoring. That was a big thing about them, as well as they did last year when they had to score in the half court. They really relied on Jimmy Butler, who is doing well. Jimmy Butler is averaging 21, 6, and 5, and almost 2 steals, and shooting 49% from the field and 44% from 3. It ain't a Jimmy Butler problem. Kyle Lowry is not shooting the ball well and not scoring the ball well. This is a team that might need to make a trade, Kirk. I don't know. I have immense respect for Erik Spoelstra. One of the absolute trademarks of his career is that he makes over and maximizes his team from start of the season to the finish. And he is not afraid to make all kinds of changes. But all I'm going to tell you is, Spears was talking about the Warriors playing two-way guys in the rotation the other night. In Sacramento, this is where Erik Spoelstra was with his team and his rotation. He played Udonis Haslem in the first quarter in that game, which you can take a whole bunch of different things away from as to what he was doing there. So not going to freak out about the Heat. Like, I'm not freaking out about the Warriors, but there's a little bit of hero ball going on there. And I'm not just talking about Tyler Cook.
And Haslam, of course, hit like a nice 17-foot baseline jumper right away for us. For those of us who've been studying his unique shot chart for a decade now, it was nice to see him dust it off. You know what? If they win this Warriors game, it's going to be fine. I have a lot of confidence in Erik Spoelstra, like you do. I think he'll find the solution. I do think Tyler Herro is more impactful coming off the bench in sort of a modern day Manu role, where he's overqualified, but he gives them an additional weapon at the end of the first quarter, or maybe to close games. And then he strengthens the defense, because right now the thing that sticks out to me when you look at their numbers is they're below average on both sides of the basketball. That's not what we've come to expect from this team. And for me, like with the Heat culture thing, like I expect their defense to be better than this. I don't expect at least 15 or 16 other NBA teams to brag about their defense when they're talking to the Heat. And especially with Bam Adebayo and Jimmy Butler and the defensive leadership. So I think if they could come out of this Warriors game with a big national television victory, the whole vibe changes and we're right back to where we expect to be. If they lose it, I think that it'll take a little bit of time. I think this is just the opportunity they need to right the cruise ship, and no pun intended there. But I think they
right the cruise ship.
That was good.
Thank you. But in all seriousness, I'm also not worried. And the Warriors, they're coming in. They're beatable right now. I think this is just what the doctor ordered. I'll go. I don't make a lot of predictions. I predict they win this game.
Kirk Goldsberry life lockdown pick of the week.
Yeah, and then the whole vibe changes. I think they're going to be fine too.
And then keep in mind that South Beach can be undefeated. But if the Warriors flew out from Detroit Sunday night, which I expected them to do,
I'm sure they did.
Respect to Motown,
sure
I think they rushed to Miami, and they went to. Don't ask me why I know this, but they probably Players went to Club Live probably on Sunday night and saw Kodak Black, got their South Beach out of the way. And I expect them not to trick or treat in South Beach tonight.
Well,
for their
here's the
sake.
other thing.
I hope to.
Again, I don't know what the Warriors' travel plans are, but their game, they have an off day on Wednesday, and then Thursday they play the Magic.
Yeah. I think they're getting a lot of Miami time right now.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure they're going up to Orlando after the game Tuesday night. Either,
No. No, Steve is gonna have he's gonna look like the white dude on Miami Vice. What was his name? Like by the time they get to Orlando, yeah, he's gonna have the Don Johnson tan. But with my going back to Miami, man, Kyle Lowry's shooting. It's early, but he's not shooting the ball well. Has his lowest career percentage at this point, but it's early, right? I was hoping we'd see Victor Oladipo by now.
I don't think he's anywhere close.
Yeah, to say. And so I've been rooting for him.
Yeah, they haven't put a timetable on it, but I was kind of led to believe that it ain't happening
anytime soon
in the near future. Yeah,
which is sad, man. I've been rooting for him. And do they give up at some point and fill that roster spot with somebody else? I don't know how much money.
Well,
he's making.
The Heat are real good at playing the long game.
Yeah,
and they've always got a bunch of plates spinning, and they're always developing guys. I mean, don't close any doors for the Miami Heat. That's their specialty.
Yeah. What's up with Duncan Robinson, man? Can we dust him off?
It's one of those things. His 3-point shooting is feast or famine, and it's been famine for like a year.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN Plus right now.